Hey there, this is Denise again. I'm talking about the collections for Java, and I'm going to explain the array list, which is part of the list collection. So here we go. Here's the code for that, the Java code. First off, I started putting a bunch of comments in here. I never used to do that, but I think it's going to be good if I need to know something in 3 years. If I haven't touched Java in quite a while, because even in the 2 years that I've been, a little over 2 years I've been away from it, I've forgotten a lot of stuff. So comments aren't going to be a bad thing. Anyways, this right here, in static array, this isn't a static array, which is like a primitive array. And the problem with the static arrays is that they don't grow. They don't grow or they don't shrink. So if you set this at 3, which it is, if you went to the 4th element, you'd get an array out of bounds. So normally this isn't used in production. It is faster than using a collection, but it can't grow. And so they have that limitation. If you use a static array, you always have to be aware that your application has a static array, and then if it ever needed to grow, then you'd have to go in and change the program. So that can be like a maintenance issue. The next set of comments are about the array list. It's a dynamic array, which can grow and shrink. You can have a specified data type, which you could have ints, just put numbers in there. You could put be a string. I've defined mine as a string, or it can be mixed. If you don't define it, you can make it mixed. So here is, and I guess that's the difference between generics and non-generics. So in this situation here, list tab companies equals new array list. That one is not specifying anything. So you could have a mix of data types in there. Okay. So array list can contain duplicate values. The order of the data is as it's added or inserted is maintained like that. It's not synchronized, so that you can have threading on that. It allows random access to fetch an element because it stores it by indices, okay? So here we go. We got list, string. I made mine a string. Top companies, and then new array list, okay? So it goes out, and this program, it goes and it checks to see if the array list is empty, which is going to right away. And how you do that is use this isEmpty method or function, whatever you want to call it. And then how you add elements. So this is going to show 0 because nothing has been added yet. Now we're going to add something, okay? And how we do that is we say whatever you named your array list, which is top companies here, dot add function or method, and then you put mine is in strings. If this was an integer, you would not use the quotes. You just put the numbers in there. And so the first one is Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and then Facebook. Okay. So then we're going to find the size of the array. Okay. So let's look at this. It's going to print. Here are the top. And then it's going to concatenate the top companies in the size function. So this method will go out and find the size, how many elements are in this top company array list, right? So, and then at the end here, we're concatenating on some more words saying companies in the world, right? Okay, and then here is we're going to print just all of the elements in the top companies array list. So let's run this, and you can see really quickly thus far. Okay, so is the top companies list empty? True, it was. I told you it was going to be. And then there are 5 companies top companies in the world. And then we had Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Facebook. Okay, so let's do this next part here. This next part is going to retrieve an element in the array list, okay? So we're looking at top companies array list, and then you're using the get function, and you're asking for the 0 indice. Indices start with 0 always, and so that's really getting the first element, which would be Google, okay? Because that's the first one. and it's putting it into best companies. And the next thing it's doing is taking the second element, which is the first indice, and it's getting that element for us, and it's putting it into second best company, which would be Apple. And then top companies dot size. Okay, so it's getting the size of like how many elements are in the top companies array list, which would be, I think we said it was 5, or was it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minus 1. So the last one would be 4 because this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? As far as indices speak goes. So that's why that needs to happen. And then it goes into last company. So the best company, so it's just going to print out best company, and then it's going to say Google, and then it's going to say second best company, and then it's concatenating onto it was Apple. And then the last company in this list is going to be Facebook, and it's going to print that out. So let's let it do it. All right, so best company Google, Apple, last company list is Facebook. All right, so the last thing I can show you here, I can show you a lot more, but it's just so long and so boring, you might die. There's so many other better people. But anyways, modify the element in a given index. So how we're doing this is we're just using the set function, and we're saying, hey, give me the fourth indice, and I want you to change it to Walmart. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to overwrite this Facebook with Walmart, okay? And then it's going to print out modify top company list plus all of the company, or all of the array list. Okay, let's check it out. There you go. So it changed Facebook to Walmart. It was on Facebook before. So there you have it. That's basically the array list. There's a lot more methods out there that you can do, and we'll learn a lot more together. Thank you so much.